Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another Monday morning market watch. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Monday. I highly doubt it because you have to go back to work, but I'll try to stay positive. With that being said, we have a lot of buyouts to go over, and I'm not just talking QC buyouts. We actually have an archetype here that I always thought had potential, and I'll explain when we get to it. That's really good, and no, it's not in the thumbnail. That's actually going through some mini buyouts right now. So before we get into all the buyouts and all that, hey, make sure you hit that like button. 100 likes on this video would be awesome. It just takes a few seconds to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell because YouTube is very weird. Sometimes it wants to send out my video, and then sometimes it's like, yeah, we're just not going to do that. Enjoy, like, only half your audience showing up, or like 65%. It's really unfortunate. So hit that notification bell. If you're buying anything off TCG Player, use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you when you use my affiliate link, so make sure that you click it. If you're buying anything on Whatnot, or you want cheaper Yu-Gi-Oh cards, go check out Whatnot using my link in the description below, because when you sign up using that link, you get $15 off your next purchase. They have some cool Yu-Gi-Oh cards like Dark Magician QC and other very cool stuff. So go check that out. And if you really want to be awesome, consider being a channel member. I actually uploaded another channel membership video here. It's more of a goof video, but it's pretty cool, and the cheapest channel member is $2. So 2 videos for $2. I mean, that's $1 per video, right? That's McChicken prices back in the day. It's actually kind of sad that kids don't know what McChickens used to be back in the day. They not only were just $1, but a lot tastier. But hey, consider being a channel member. The goal is 25, 35 channel members anyway. And if you want to know a cool place to make your car, a graph or your own collection of cards that you want to keep an eye on investment wise, or buyouts, whatever, go check out TCG Creator. First link in the description below. When you click this link, you can make your own graph, but it will take you to this one where you can click some of the cards we went over today. And when you do click them, it uses my affiliate link right over here, and you can make your own graphs. It's pretty awesome, so go check it out. And we're just going to get right into this here. So Dark Magician QC. This is just skyrocketed at $165, $180. Yeah, and people are only spending about 100 to 80s here, so I'm telling you this right now. If you have this card and you're thinking about moving it, I probably would, because if people are buying it at max, as you see here, $100, right? 99 rounded up, right? I would say anything above this, if you were able to sell it for that, very, very good, right? 120, 130, etc. And we saw this with Summon Skull, where it reached around 120, 130, and then it went back down. Now, I know people are excited for the Dark Magician support, all that, but I really think, and I've been going over this in my market watches quite a bit, actually, that you guys should be adding other Dark Magicians besides that artwork. I know a lot of people are really liking that one, and that's just how people are, but I don't know. I can't in good faith here tell you guys to get that when we have other cheaper QCs. Like, for example, we have the 9th art, which is supposed to be the anniversary art. What is this at right now? $35. Beautiful. I personally would rather have 3 to 4 of these, 3.5, let's say, even though you can't really have half of a card, you get the point, than just one of these at its current price right now. You'll have other really cool Dark Magicians too here, like, you have the 8th art, and the 6th art, which they're just very cheap in my opinion. They're way too cheap. I know people like the Arcana and the 9th art a lot, but the fact that I could get this one right here, which is pretty cool, for $13, yeah, I would you're going to get a bigger return if, let's say, there's a that Dark Magician selling for 100, the one we just showed, because it is at 99. If, say, you got 8 to 9 copies of this card right now, instead of, say, 1 copy of that card for 100, this is probably going to appreciate more in value, more in the future than that one. And it looks cool, but that's just my opinion here. Don't always go for what people are buying out or what is the favorite amongst, price wise. Always look around and see what deals you could get and what trends you could hop on before they go to the moon here. Dark Armed Dragon here, the Dragon of Annihilation, Battles of Legend Armageddon. These secret rares are going for right now $17 up to $20 for this card. Now, I don't know if it's going up because of Kashira, but I probably think it's going up because of Dragon Ruler, because you can play this with that. but you can also use this in other decks as well, because if you have exactly 5 Dark Monsters in your graveyard, you can XYZ some of this by using 1 level 5 or higher Dark Dragon. So I don't know if other decks can play it as well, because it's not bad. I mean, if you have exactly 5, you make this. What this card does is you detach material from this card, turn 1 card of your opponent controls, destroy it, then banish 1 card from your graveyard. It's a good... I don't know. I mean, I don't really think people are going to be playing it generically, but it is a card here. I don't know why you have one for 48. You do have the Battles of Legends one, by the way, which you guys probably think is really cheap. Nope, it's $15 as well. And then the Shonen Jump one, which is the one I personally own. You have a bunch of light plays here for 20. I don't know why, when the secrets are 16, why you wouldn't try to sell the original Jump for a little higher. But hey, MCO 40 Games, man. He is always trying to give people deals. So, it's, you know, typical Robbie. That's how I see it. He's probably just trying to be like, you know what? Guys, calm down. Here's some cheaper copies. Shout out to Robbie, by the way. Really nice guy if you ever met him in person. But I don't know. That's just what I'm guessing. Going up to 13. Chaos Angel here. Oh, geez. Now, this is a card that really should have been in Battles of Legends. It should have been an Ultra in there or a... You know what? A common would be funny. Why not have this as a common? $31 today, going up to about 33, 34, 40 listings right over here today. Again, the only place that I could see reprints, we have one more reprint set, which I think is Retro Pack 2's coming up. And besides that, I think we have the tins in about 4 months. And this already has a tin version. So if they do reprint this in the tins, which, again, I doubt it, but Konami's so stupid. They probably would reprint something in the tin and then reprint it in next year's tins as well. Why not, right? Oh, look, guys, buy it. It has Chaos Angel, and it's going to have Blue Eyes for the millionth time. But if it's not going to be in the tins, which, again, I doubt it will be, but I'm not going to put it out of Konami's way. I saw what they did with Time Wizard recently. They're really stupid there. They have no communication. We saw the recent Battles of Legends set. I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the tin, because that would be the dumbest move. And remember, the dumbest move Konami could make is at least in the top 3 most probable things they can do here. So I don't know where they could put Chaos Angel. Ultis are 46 here, 47. Can these go up if the demand for Chaos Angel is high enough? Yes, it can. I think these ultis are actually pretty cheap. Number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. This is just a monster negate. You detach, and then if you detach a galaxy, you destroy it, or it could just be a negate. During your opponent's turn, you can also do something cool with photons, but that's not why this is going up. You have a light play here for 25, and then you have a lot of light plays here for 30, and then $50 for your near mint. I told people to get these secrets when they were $20, because I said, guys, this card used to be 80, which it does go up to 70s really quick here. Get your copies while they're 20. This is the highest rarity. The other versions are going up as well, with the silver being 17 as well here. So go ahead and get your original secret rare copies here while you can here, because... Well, I actually don't know. 30 is a lot, but it does go up even higher. This card could go to 50, 60 and actually start selling there, or even 40s. Or it could stay at 30s. All I know is 20 was the best place time to get your near mint. Now, if you want this card, unless you get this copy, you're spending $10 extra than you would have. And hey, $10, hey, that's not bad for today's economy, right? $10 extra, and you're getting it light play. You're not even getting it near mint. Then we also have Zenjen Wakes from a Millennium here. This card is also going up, but it's not going up because of Exodia here. This is going up because I think if you're able to put this on the board for free in some way, similar to how the K9 could kind of do that with Shield. This card right now is going up to $12.5, $13 for your copies, which is pretty crazy for Zenjen. Just going right on up here. Then I do want to check out the QC while we're at it here. Where is the QC? I should not be having to look this far down. QCs are 35 going up to $40 here. So, they were 20s. Now they're closer to 40s here. I do like the Exodia QCs. I really, really do. Sometimes I miss having this deck all QC. The ultra rares over here for the Millennium Shield are $2 though. K9 did get this at $5-ish because people were trying to play this with that deck. And yeah, people are like, nope, that's too gimmicky. And they switched to better cards, which I don't blame them. But this card has gone back down to about $1-ish. Mimigo here is actually seeing a bit of a resurgence here. I don't know if this deck has topped recently, but maybe it has. But maybe the OCG is also going to give this deck some more support because sometimes when our TCG exclusives go to the OCG, we get some support. But right now your ultras are $4 going up to $6. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but this card was like barely $3, if at all, for a very long time. Like it was 3, sometimes it was something at like, you guys see 2s here, but it's $1.66 to $6.73. Some of this was like $1.80 here. But now it's kind of going up to that $6 mark. With the second page, it does go up to $9. You have Giant Mimigo here. These secrets are always like a solid $3. Now they're going up to $5, $6, $7 here, even going up to like $8 on the next page here for your Giant Mimigos. Now, Mimigo was a deck that people played with Kashtira. I still think you could play it with Kashtira. And this deck actually put up a pretty good fight against Full Power Snake Eye when we were dealing with all of that. It was actually in round 5. It almost won, but it sadly did not. And this was before it had the Rage of the Abyss support. So a lot of people were hyping up Mimigo, all that. But the deck kind of fell out the wayside. Sadly, if you aren't, one of the top dogs, Tier 2 always has it very rough. People kind of like to throw Tier 2 away very quickly, at least in my opinion. And it does suck, but now it is getting a resurgence. I always love this deck. Your QCs, you have 19, $20. You're going up to 53. So if you do want this card right now, the QCs are 20 and they go up to 53. You do also have Mimigo Throne here. These QCs are 23 going up to $40 for your QCs. I told people to get these at 12s. I told people to get these when they were like 11, 12 as well. Mimigo Dungeon QC, these are 25 going up to 28. But you don't have a playset here. So someone looking for a playset, I mean, there's just no playset here. This card will probably go closer to $50 here. Mimigo Master, I told people to get this card when it dropped to $13, and I felt very bad, but now they're 22 going up to 30, so this card never was, as cheap as, like, the third, because, yeah, it was around February. I said, guys, this is way too cheap. And, this card will store up eventually. And I guess about February, so about 3-ish months later, you got it at 22 now, and then it does go up to 30. So if you got your playset here, and they do go up to 30s and got them for like anywhere from 12, 13 to like 14, 15. Hey, that's pretty good as well. You do have your Ultra Mimigo Masters here at like $1 though. I believe it's a one of. I think that's why. I remember that the whole deck is pretty good. It's not that this is a bad card, but you're really not in a position where you're going to need more copies than this. But I have not looked at how the build would work from now on. But I also know if you mix Mimigo with other stuff, you really have to cut back on how many copies you're playing, and you just play more of the names from what I've seen. Unions. A lot of people don't like to talk about unions, but I definitely feel like Konami will give us some crazy broken union monsters eventually. And I feel like with how many generic unions cards we have, just like, Cybers, they're all going to have Limelight eventually, especially unions one day. What this card does is you target a machine monster you control, you equip a machine union from your hand or deck to that monster, but the union monster can't be special summoned. That's about it, right? These are like $2 to $3 here, but it doesn't really matter when you activate this, because what you could really do here is you could just do, I believe, Union Driver, right? Because it's any Union this does, right? So you do Union Driver, and then you can bash this equip card, which, guess what? If it's equipped, you can bash it. And then equip a level 4 lower Union monster from your deck. So it thins out the deck, and it just says any level 4 under. So you could go into Union Driver, detach, and then do your fun little thing. These are $3 to $4 now. I mean, I really do wish that the Union stuff in Maze did well, but I think that with ABCs and what they could do, if they're ever able to get more ABC support somehow, I think that maybe Unions could come back, because it is a fan favorite deck. Unity Activation, this is a spell card that I always was looking at. Right now, these are dollars, going up to $2. It's dropped heavily from the $5. I told people this is a card that if it doesn't do anything and it drops down to like $1 to $2 to go grab it, But $5 was a lot because this card could go further down, even though it's pretty good. And that's what happened. It did kind of crash here. Union, does this have a CR? This didn't even show up. Nah, yeah, it just has the Ultra, unfortunately. Lunalight Fusion here, very low listing still, you know, $13, $14 here. Yeah, and this is my store. I actually found one when I was getting somebody's bulk, and I was like, oh, that's a cute. That's $10. But it was in bulk, so it was LP. Lunalight Saber Dancer here. Also, guys, have you hit that like button yet, by the way? Look, I know you guys get annoyed for me asking for likes in the middle of the video, probably. I mean, no one's really complained about it yet, but who knows? Maybe one day. But guys, hit that like button. It only takes a couple seconds. Also, let me know what cards I'm going over in the comment section below for the next Mark Watch. I love it when you guys give me suggestions of cards to go over. It's just really, really cool. Or you leave a comment for the algorithm, or you just say how you feel, you know. But Lunalight Saber Dancer, these are like $20. It's pretty ridiculous. In fact, I feel like I have these somewhere. I mean, if we didn't have a common, it'd be pretty dangerous here. Panther Dancer's just a solid $5, going up to $10 here as well. But it does have a common or a rare as well. Yep, it has a common here at, you know, 50 cents. Lunalight Serenity Dance here. These are $6, going up to $10 here. So if you didn't know these were money, here you go. Heavy Polymerization. I want to call this Heavy Potter for some reason. I don't know why. I remember when I was in middle school, me and my boy Jason, and middle school was ruthless. Man, my middle school bowling and fights were like, they were everywhere. It was so bad. My class had a assembly specifically for us to tell them they were going to up the punishments for bullying and fights. It was pretty awful. But I remember that one time when me and my boy Jason were in a disc battle. You know, we were in the playground, and I said something, and he said, and some guy said, "Hey, bro, you know, fuck Four Eyes and Heavy Potter over there," right? And it was pretty funny in the grand scheme of things. But yeah. That's why I don't know why I always see this card. It just reminds me of Heavy Potter. I don't know. Maybe it's the word heavy here, but this is being used in Lunalight. If you did not know, this is so that they can play out of certain floodgates as well. Right now, these are $5 here. I actually really do like the exclusives, which I really wish the exclusives were here for the tins. But we also have, like, I think it was called Nibiru or some type of. Okay, it wasn't Nibiru. But I think it was another primal being, if I remember correctly. Maybe it'll show up, maybe it won't. Here we go. Thea, the primal being as well. During the main phase quick effect, you contribute monsters whose total levels equal 11 or more. Special summon this card from your hand. Then, if you control no other monsters, you control one monster on the field with the highest attack, your choice of tide. You can only use this effect once per turn. Neither breaking normal or special summon more than 4 times per turn, while this card is face up in the monster zone. So it's kind of limiting you to 4 summons. It's like a double summon limit, if that makes sense. So it's kind of cute here, but I don't know. $1.43 here. It would be very cool if this card was, you know, you can tribute at least one monster that your opponent controls. I think this card would be a lot better. But you have to tribute your own cards. So it is pretty interesting as a card, but only about $1 here. Maybe people will use it eventually, but who knows. I should probably look at the other ones. But if I don't know their names, I'm not going to look them up. Jinszo QC here. So this is another card that's been going up, similar to like Summon Skull because of, you know, nostalgia. These are 63 right now, going up to 70. But there's not a lot of listings. There's actually less listings when I was making the thumbnail. But yeah, it's went up. It's went all the way down. Now it's kind of going back up here for your Jinszo here. Blue Eyes White Dragon, $155. Go up to $200, $300 here. And this is just kind of crazy. I mean, granted, I actually love this artwork a lot, and we don't have as many QC Blue Eyes to choose from for, say, instead of, like, say, Dark Magician, but this is a card that's been cheapest, is like $130, basically. I think on release, maybe it was really, really cheap. Yeah, like 70s. Release was amazing for this card. But yeah, $155 for this card. I still actually have a sealed box of this set, and I'll probably keep it sealed. I still have another set of Stampede, actually. And I'll probably be opening that for donos on stream, because that'd be really cool. Pot of Avarice QC, I went over this card. I said it was getting bought out. If you want your copies at 20, the ship will sail. And the ship did sail, $65 to $68. If you got your copy at 20, good job. You made some money. What's the cheapest this card? Well, the most expensive this card sold for? 37 here. Well, if this card could refill itself, then hey, great job. If it can't, you're screwed. Mirror Force, we already went over this last Mark Watch, but we might as well go over it to like, re-go over it. 90, 110, 110, 130. So we're just going to go more crackhead prices. Okay, cool. Dragon Master Lords here. Also, before we go over this last card, hey, I went a Market Watch without a yawn or a Yo Mama joke, or drinking something. So if you guys haven't hit the like button for this one, I don't know what to tell you. Also, please consider being a YouTube channel member. I'm begging you. All right, I'm gonna cry. Also, do you guys remember my 5 cards having your trade binder series? I really like doing it, but the last time I did it, the views were so bad. Like I know people don't like, when YouTubers in general complain about views, but I've never seen a video like this do like that. I've seen them do below average sometimes, but not like that. I said, you know what? Maybe again one day when the market is thriving, I will start making those videos again. But I don't know. But Dragon Master Lords here, 112, 115, 150. Alliance Insight is a very interesting set, and I kind of want to explain why. This set, like, people were trying, I was like, what's going to get bought out? There's going to be some good cards, I bet. We'll see here and there. Now, Jiraishin was like a given because of the psychic support we're getting soon here. In the next set, and then we have like Punk coming up, so it's like, oh, it's cool, right? So, and besides that, I was like, I wonder what other cool cards. People just defaulted to Dark Magician and the quote unquote collecting card of the set, and that's about it. Everything else kind of dropped to the wayside. Malice can't even hold $30 is insane to me. Absolutely insane. I still don't have my copies, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I mean, wow. That just went up like crazy. But yeah, the rest of this set is just, it's kind of down. I think this card will probably go up higher once this, we get more cards for the sarcophagus deck, I think. That's just my opinion here. But yeah, these are like $11 here. They'll probably hit 20 once we get all the Gold Sark stuff reprinted in the tins. So have your copies of this card, especially if you want to play the Yugi deck, before the tins, because they will go up, because we'll get cards like Shining Sark, all that reprinted, which it's not even like recommended here. I actually want to look at Esper Girl QC too, because I told people this is like, at $1 it can only go up, and there's still $1.50 here. Do these sell? More copies than I ever thought of this card. I'll be honest here. I think a lot of people just don't want to pay the shipping for this if they're only going to buy one copy. So they wait for, someone put a bunch of copies. Like, okay, I'll buy these at dollars, but I'm not going to buy them at 2s because of the shipping. I don't know. Maybe. Now I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Let's look at Shining Sark here. Very low listings for this card. $25, $28. And then the QC, $66. Beautiful looking card. I really do like how this card looks. If this card ever becomes bulk, I do want one copy. I couldn't keep the QC because this card was just a buy low, sell high card. I was like, you know what? I've seen it too many times. And, my personal collection can wait. My personal collection can wait. I did pick up one of the other girls from Legacy of Destruction. Which QC was it? Future Silence, which is actually, it's actually going up here. Going up to about 37, go up to 48. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, this set's $60. I actually don't even know why this is worth more than Alliance Insight, but at least the QCs are good. You have, Vito's being really cheap here. Yeah, 62 bucks here. Okay. $62. And then what else do we have? Oh yeah, we have Diabell, which is on lower listings, 37, 35, which is actually pretty good to grab this card, actually, in my opinion. I've told people to grab it at 20s, like 20, 25. So if you did, good job. It's going up even further. We have the Valmonica card. I can't tell you why this QC is going up. I really can't. But, you got 44, going up to 50 bucks here. And then what else do we have here? The Ragnarika stuff. Ragnarika just never got more support. That pisses me off. Like, they really could have done a lot better with this set. Blooms are on 14 listings. I actually want to peep this real quick. Why is this on 14 listings? $14 here, 14, 14, goes up to $45. Okay, that's pretty wild. Here, $45. All right. I mean, if people want to do that, people want to do that. What else do we have here in Legacy of Destruction? The voiceless card's going up. I would like a little more voiceless support, but man, this set sucked. The super was like a fine one of, because, and I liked it because it saved me from Tempai, because they couldn't destroy my battle, so they had to make Moonlight and like play really like not optimally, not badly, but not optimally, and it was just fun for me. Actually, we're gonna end on Minerva because I want to see what QC Minerva's at. $30 here. Look, I have to say, Lightstorm aesthetics versus actually playing Lightstorm is very different. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. I have one just because I really, really like it. In fact, I wouldn't be opposed to getting like more, but I'm never gonna play it, so it's just gonna sit in a binder. If it's gonna sit in a binder, one copy's fine. That's kind of how I see buying sets versus buying not. But what are some beautiful QCs or Starlights that I should be going over next, Mark Watch? They don't even need to be bought out, but like I really want you guys to drop some in the comment section below. It'd be great. Hit the like button. Check out all the affiliates, you know, TCG Player, all that. Check the end cards to check out some Market Watches, especially the 40-minute one I did last Monday is pretty cool. Check out TCG Creator, all that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.